Yo, what's up, everybody? We're back with another episode. As you can tell, I'm all blinged out, ready for this one. Got my chain on. I'm for real today. For real. Ken, how are you doing this week?
Amazing.
I started watching The Sopranos. It's really good. It's hilarious. You ever watch it?
No, I never watched it. Never want to
You need
watch
to
it.
watch it. You need to watch it. Watch The Sopranos. It's hilarious. James Gandolfini.
I don't think it's
It's good.
supposed to be funny.
It is. There are some funny spots. There are some like the humor is like it's like the office humor. It's so funny. Like you laugh at serious stuff. But anyways, regardless. Speaking of fighting, not gangs, but people. We got the UFC. We had the UFC this weekend. We had Dricus du Plessis versus Kamaru Usman. We're gonna get to that fight, and then we got some other stuff we want to discuss because there's been a lot of UFC stuff going on. But yeah, let's jump right into this card and talk about the fights that did happen, and we'll bounce around. We're gonna start with the first prelim. We'll end with the main event. But we're gonna go a little quicker through these ones because we have a lot of stuff to hit on today. So let's start with Anna Malissano versus Dion Barbosa. Dion Barbosa coming in at minus 650. Ken, she did what we said she was gonna do. Complete obliteration in the first round. Anything you want to
Yeah.
say here?
No, I mean the person that was supposed to win definitely did win, and honestly, pure domination, like you said. She got the sub, so she's best
Mm-hmm.
at. So yeah, didn't expect
Yeah, I think
anything different.
I think it really shows a lot here. Like the UFC wants chicks that finish. You know what I mean? Like they love when girls can finish fights. They don't want these fights always going to decision.
Yeah,
But
I
sometimes
didn't
I
think girls could finish.
that's what I'm
Some
saying.
say, some say that's a fairy tale. My
Yes,
life, buddy. It's a fairy.
right? That's hilarious. But yeah, dude, Diane Barbosa coming and submitting her in the first round. It was crazy. Anna Melisano, I mean, find the nearest Shake Shack or something. You're good. Um, Moving on to RJ Harris versus Alvin Hines. We have a non-juiced Alvin Hines versus RJ Harris. RJ Harris, man, honestly, he looked. Did you watch this fight?
Yeah, dude, he looks like any like blue collar dad,
Doesn't
and
he look?
he fights like a drunk blue collar dad at his kid's baseball game.
Yeah, but also, regardless of the fact that he looks like a drunk uncle at the baseball game, that's definitely ruining the family cookout. But do didn't you think he looked super nervous?
He was. He said during like the post fight his post fight interview that he was very nervous before. Obviously he doesn't know what to expect, and then leading up to the fight, he was very nervous. But as soon as he got in there, he was no longer nervous, and I mean
I mean,
uppercutting a
he
guy off the
off
ground.
his feet.
Holy shit, dude!
He literally sent
He's
him
got some
off the
power.
ground. It was crazy, bro. But yeah, dude. RJ Harris versus Alvin Hines. Um, can you really? I want to see him versus someone who wasn't on steroids before. You know, give
I
it,
mean,
give
this
him
was
some
his
real
debut,
comp.
man. Relax.
Come on,
This
Josh
is
Hokett.
this is his debut. He's having a
I say
kid. Relax, dude.
he's ready for Alex, bro. He's ready for Alex. Give him
Maybe.
Alex. No, but moving on to another huge favorite. We have Alden Correa versus Stuart Nickel. Dude loves Don Fry. He has a Don Fry mustache.
He does, yeah.
Um, but dude, Alden Correa, I'm surprised he didn't get a finish here.
I
Stuart
agree with
Nickel
that
has
statement.
has a chin here. Alden Correa decisive decision here. Just move him, have him fight tougher competition in his next fight. That's pretty much it.
Yeah,
Pretty
makes
much it
sense.
for him. Moving on to Ezra Elliott versus Damian Anderson. I didn't watch this fight. How'd this one go?
So Ezra basically did everything he could to not lose the fight. He just secured a takedown and controlled Damien the entire fight. He went for three subs, wasn't close to getting any of them, but he took him down at the beginning of pretty much every round. and literally just held him down the entire fight. And even like DC was like, this isn't how you want the fight to go. This isn't like the kind of wrestling you want to do. But he didn't want to lose his debut. Honestly, that's pretty much all it was.
Just a safe victory.
Yeah, literally, that's he held the guy down the entire fight.
Yeah. Well, hey, a win's a win here. Definitely not going to get performance of the night like our boy Felipe Franco did versus Levi Rodriguez Jr.
Yeah,
Dude, Felipe Franco coming in as the underdog and ending up knocking out Levi Rodriguez with a highlight reel KO. Dude, Brazil versus Brazil. Brazil's on top. We
Brazil
like
did
that.
win that. Brazil did win that fight.
But yeah, what do you think about Felipe Franco here?
I mean, he was getting pieced up too. I mean, it was back and forth. I
Yeah.
think either of them could have won by knockout, but Felipe was the one that won. Um, I don't know, dude. I don't like these kinds of fights because like it doesn't really prove that you're better than the other guy because they were both
No,
raw.
yeah. It's just like you know who I think of all the time that I thought of like that before his last fight was Iwo Baranarski. Because you remember the fight before he had his
Yeah,
last one? It was literally just bombs for like of 2 minutes.
yeah.
Crazy. But yeah, performance of the night goes to Felipe Franco, light heavyweight bout, coming in and winning as an underdog. And then we move on to the JPL, Jean Paul Laboisian versus Soyeon Ko. Soyeon Ko comes in as the favorite. And yeah, what do you think went wrong for him here?
I think JPL just had the better game plan. Honestly, he did get caught once, but he learned from it. I think it was the knee that caught him. He got caught with the knee going in for a takedown. I mean, he survived. He won the fight handedly. I don't think it was, I don't think it could have went to Ko at all.
No,
But
Ko,
yeah,
I felt like Ko, yeah.
he just needs to build on this. And I heard his interview on BYM, and I didn't realize that he was like a decorated wrestler and stuff like that. But just listen to his background and his story. You got to root for a guy like him, and hopefully he does move up, not too fast, but gets like a top 15 guy soon.
Yeah, like you said, man, he's definitely somebody to root for. I like the way he fought in this fight. I mean, obviously, Seon Ko coming in as a favorite, and he had a lot of hype coming in. As like the Korean Tyson. He was training with a bunch of different like high level people, and for John Paul Laboisiani to come here as the underdog and win, that really shows his skill level. Along with another underdog win, moving on to the next fight, Austin Bashi versus Jose Miguel Delgado. Dude, I thought, I honestly thought Bashi was going to win this by decision.
This is the only fight I didn't watch. I was taking a shower during this fight.
Dude, Jose Miguel Delgado did really good at just completely like just stopping Austin Bashi. Austin Bashi came in a lot and he was trying to wrestle, implement a game plan that just wasn't working for Jose Miguel Delgado. And yeah, Jose Miguel Delgado got this win, man. We go from JPL to JMD, and they both got the victory. Um, but yeah, dude, it was a good featherweight bout, and that was the end of our prelims. Moving on to our featherweight bout, main card beginner. Tommy McMillan versus Alberto Montes. Dude, Tommy McMillan, he brings the heat, but dude, is it annoying? It's like once you win, brother. Like here's the thing though, it's like I like the fight. Like it's just but the thing he's just being himself, like he doesn't care at all. But it's just a little cringy for me.
And my whole thing with him is like he gets the Sean O'Malley rub. I think that's why he's so popular. Obviously, the way he fights is another reason, but I think he got the Sean O'Malley rub. That's why he, debuted for the UFC. Think this fight, I don't know, dude. This kind of proves that he is kind of a star. I mean, he might get caught one of these days, but damn, dude,
Mhm.
like pure
He put it
domination.
on him. He put it on
I'm
him. I
surprised he
think
didn't get the
Alberto.
finish like sooner.
Yeah, because Alberto Montes was like out on his feet. It looked like I give it up to Alberto Montes. He didn't even get knocked out. It was like a TKO. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't on his
Yeah.
ass. But
Who's
dude,
roughing
Tommy
this fight?
McMillan. I don't. Let's see. Is it here? Does it say who refed it? I don't think so. I'm not sure. But but Tommy McMillan, dude. Uh, right now he just needs to focus on getting better because it's one of those things. Don't jump up too fast, because the people at the top of his at the featherweights, they would fucking destroy him, you know. But that's not a diss to him. It's more of like I think that the openings that he has that he can still work on to close up, they would definitely take advantage of, as fighters. But performance of the night, Tommy McMillan, man, dude, great for him. Um, dude, another great performance. Fatima Klein is going to be a champion, man. She demolished Tabitha Ritchie.
The fucking Archangel, dude.
Crazy, man. You
Dude, the
you think
suplex is crazy. Looking directly at DC, talking to him, then suplexing.
la,
That
la,
was crazy.
whoa. You think Fatima Klein's gonna be a champion eventually?
I don't know. It's too hard to tell. But
The
Tabitha
skill
Ritchie
is
was a good
there,
step
man. The
up in.
writing's on the
I mean,
wall.
that's a good step up in competition. Um, yeah, I mean, it's too early to tell. Like, you can't just be throwing out Fatima Klein. He's gonna be a champion.
Hey, I'm gonna throw a little $50 on that by the end of
It's like saying
2027.
that Loney Kavanaugh is gonna be champion by the end of the year, man. Too soon to tell.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would have been, dude. That's crazy. Shout out Ravel, man. Shout out Ravel, Raw Dog. Oh my god. But anyways, dude, yeah, Fatima Klein comes in, wins a decision over Tabitha Ritchie. Pretty
Why do you
much
keep
it.
calling her
Domination.
Fatima, dude? It's Fatima.
Whatever, bro.
You calling her
Whatever. I'll call her F.
Fatima?
I'll call her F
Fatima.
Klein. F Klein.
Call her the Archangel because that's her name.
All right. Archangel, she got me, dog. But moving on to another angel, the angel of gooning. We have Chase Hooper, um, versus Mitch Ramirez. Chase Hooper just immediately cinches up a submission and gets him. I mean, dude, it's either Chase Hooper gets a submission or he gets knocked out. That's pretty much how it's been rolling.
Yeah, he really needed this one to bounce back. I think he's still young, still has a long career ahead of him, and this might just be the comeback. He really needed this win.
You think
Was
this is
it
like the one that put him in
two?
the focus lane?
Maybe, hopefully. I mean, he says he's done gooning, so hopefully he'll perform better in the future. Perform
Yeah,
as good as he did this fight.
right, right. I know we're moving quick through these, but we have a lot to talk about. Moving on to the co-main event, we got Jared Cannonier versus CLD. CLD wins a decision. I mean, this guy's a fucking Beyblade. Like, can you just stop spinning? Like, it's
I
so
honestly think he could
annoying.
have got the finish if he
That's what I'm
stopped throwing the
saying,
spinning
dude.
elbows, the spinning wheel kicks. Like, just calm down a little bit, man.
Dude, it's every time, man. He's like a boomerang. It's crazy. It's like the moment, like, brother, like Cannonier's doing this and he's over here
Yeah.
spinning. Like, it's crazy, bro.
The
Um,
one spinning elbow though to like
hit him
Cannonier's neck.
hard,
Ooh,
dude.
looked
Here's
like
what
it
I'll
hurt.
say. This dude, Cannonier definitely is gonna have CTE. This dude takes insane damage. I even remember when I was at my dad's house. Um, when I was at my dad's house, Marvin Vittori cracked him in the beginning of their fight and wobbled him bad. And it's just like, dude, he recovers and it's like it never happened. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, Christian Leroy Duggan wins a unanimous decision here. Dude, I don't know, man. Jared Cannonier needs to fight like an up and coming guy to see if he's a gatekeeper. You know, I don't.
CLD is an up and coming guy. What do you mean?
No,
That's
but a
literally what
younger
he
one.
just did. He literally
God,
just did that, dude. What do you
younger,
mean?
younger, younger. No, dude. England's on top right now, man. Minus 340 coming and doing what he's supposed to do. I thought he was gonna win by knockout. I thought he was gonna do, dude. If he would have took his time, he would have won by knockout.
Yeah, he definitely had Jared rocked a few times, and if he would have just, I don't know, like slowed down, took his time, stopped throwing like a spinning wheel kick to like the side of the cage,
Yeah,
almost broke the cage. Like, just chill out, man. Look for the finish. Be smart.
but do you think? Like, I know you just said that and like missed it and almost broke the cage, bro. What do you think that he like? Would there be like a delay or something if like
They
You
would
know,
stop the
a
fight and
few
they'd be like,
a
let's
few
get the new.
heavyweights go for a double leg and they just fly out the cage.
I'm surprised that hasn't happened.
That's what I
Oh,
was just gonna say. Like, how structurally sound? Like, they got two elephants in there before the thing goes. It's like,
well, I've
nah, they're
seen
good. They're
like
good.
fucking Brock Lesnar like straight up charge double like blast double leg like
Dude,
Frank Mir against the cage, dude,
yeah.
and the cage held. So I mean, strong cages.
Dude, speaking of cages, I was watching Joe Rogan the other day, and he did like the podcast with all of his friends. I think it was like the one with Dean Thomas of that, and they were showing, dude, they were showing a fence grab from like the early UFCs, and bro, the most like he's crawling up the fence, and the ref is like slapping his hand. He's still doing it. It's so funny. Like we have evolved into an actual sport, and it's so
Yeah,
great. Shout out UFC, man. But
Herb Dean
Christian
was
Leroy
actually
Duncan.
the ref during that fight too.
Oh yeah, right. Christian Leroy Duncan, man, gets a decision here. Moving on to another decision victory, man. Dricus Du Plessis back. Um, dude, this fight should have been stopped off of Usman's bitching and complaining. Like, oh my god, dude, just because you get kicked with a flush head kick doesn't mean you can stop the fight. You're not Nate Diaz, okay?
I think he was more pissed that he was like, Drickus was spamming the head kicks because he's like, come on, man, like,
Yeah,
come on, man, stop, chill. Like,
yeah.
geez,
It's like when
this is what
somebody
you're gonna
does
do.
the
You're gonna
same
keep throwing
kick.
head kicks at me, like, come on.
Yeah, it's like do something different. It's like when somebody knocks you out with the same thing in UFC, and Usman like, it's like I kicked it with the same head kick, and he looked at the ref and he's like, "Are you really gonna let this keep going? Like, are you really not gonna tell him to throw something different?" Um, but dude, there was a point when dude Usman could have got knocked out so many times. Like so many times. There was a few times that Dricus Du Plessis whiffed on like the last punch in a combination. And I was like, damn, if he would have connected on that. But what was your opinion on this fight?
So this, like, you said Jared's gonna have CT. Kamaru, I don't know how he recovers from how many times he was rocked. This is like one of those fights. I don't want to sound like a pussy, but like you see, like in boxing, like so many blows to the head, like deaths in boxing afterwards because of how many times you've been hit in the head. Dude,
Yeah.
Kamaru was rocked like 3 times every round.
Dude, I'm surprised he didn't do the whole.
Yeah, I don't understand how he recovers. Like he was doing a stanky leg with both legs at the same time. Like,
Yeah.
dude, DDP just like proved that he's still number two. Um, He's not gonna be.
Dude, it was
He's
so
not gonna be
funny. Like
Hamzat.
he would literally be like wobbling, be like, what, ref? Like
Dude, when he got punched in the eye and he was like, "Oh, eye
that was
poke," and then
so
they stopped the
annoying.
fight, and then they're like, "No, no, no, it was a fist," but like it was the thumb, coming at him. It was the Justin Gaethje punch.
Well,
It's
that's
ironic
kind of another
because
question that I
they're
wanted to
Whitman.
ask to you. Yeah, right. That's another question that I kind of wanted to pose to you. When DDP lands a punch like that, and the knuckle hits you in the eye, or like the thumb hits you in the eye, and it's legal, and an opponent does stop the fight, and the ref stops the fight, like should that be a point? Should that be like what do you think that should be? Or like,
See, this is when
do
people
you
are.
think that the way that they do it is fine? Which is like, no, no, nope, immediately go back the moment that the ref sees the replay. But even that could be a minute of time.
I mean, it was like 30 seconds. I think that they did what they should have done. They immediately review it. I think they do that on every foul. They immediately review it, see if it's intentional or not, so they can take a point or not, which again, take a point immediately, regardless if it's intentional. But I think they review it immediately, and then if it's not a foul, like I think there was a kick to the cup earlier on, but it like slid across the
The
cup,
thigh or
slid across,
something,
yeah,
or
the
leg.
thigh, and they stopped the fight, but then they immediately started it back up.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, yeah, DDP man looked really good. I think DDP here, I think he really just wanted to secure a victory to get back in the victory column, because um I know you have this on the notes here, but I don't necessarily think that this gives him a title shot. I think that he's gonna wait out the Nasruddin Imavov fight, and because I think that's who they're gonna give Sean, um, just to do it, just to get it over with, because like Nasruddin Imavov is technically the deserving guy. Um, but dude, this fight also showed me, bro, Kamaru is so susceptible to head kicks. It is wild. He gets hit by so many, and dude, the knees were crazy.
And that first knee he caught him with, that made Kamaru never shoot again. Like as soon as he caught him with that one knee, Kamaru did not shoot a single takedown attempt the rest of the fight. It
Yeah,
was so bad.
Kamaru like is kind of annoying because like even when DC was like talking to him after the fact, like it's okay to say that you just like lost it. You know, like he's just saying like, man, I had a bad night in the office. Like, bro, your knees are fucking peanut brittle. Like, I don't
No, he said his
understand. Like,
knees are good, man. In that in that interview, he said he keeps talking about my knees. My knees are fine. They were hurting me earlier on in my career. I'm
yeah,
good
I don't
now.
know, man. I don't know. I think Usman really needs to question some retirement here. You know, I think that, maybe fight Leon for another time and then I don't know, man, or move up to 205 like you said, right? Uh I don't know,
Well, the only
man,
thing is,
but
he moved up to middleweight so he could get another title shot because they weren't going to give him Islam, and I don't think he's moving back down is not going to get him any closer to Islam. I don't
dude,
think he's getting a
after
title
watching
shot.
that fight, after watching that shit, he doesn't even land a fucking glove on Sean Strickland's leg to take him down.
Yeah,
Like, dude, he even looked small. Like it didn't look like he really belonged. I feel like he was getting moved around so easily, like so easily. Just punches were like flying. He was flying across the fucking octagon,
it
man.
was.
But what's your opinion here? Do you think DDP deserves a title shot here?
I think they should give DDP Francis Ngannou. Take out
Well,
the third African king.
third African, huh? The
Show him
whole
who the real
Instagram
African
picture.
king is. Yeah,
Yeah, he wants to.
yeah,
He
exactly.
wants to.
No, I
But
think he said after the fight, he wants Sean to defend the title, and then he wants the winner of that because he said obviously he defended the title. Sean and Hamza like think that they are
yeah,
entitled to the title, but I feel like he has a point where like you're not really the champion until you defend it. Like yeah, you have the belt, but like have you defended it yet? That's the thing.
I I think DDP Hamzat too. I think that makes more sense to me because I think DDP, I think Sean isn't gonna fight for probably 2 to 3 months. He might fight in September, maybe October, and then DDP will probably like wait that long, depending on how much damage Sean gets. I think DDP needs a fight in between. I think what would be awesome is if you get a Sean Strickland main event and then a DDP Hamza undercard because do no, like a co-main like let's or like a third fight or something because usually because dude you could do how cool would it be if you did main event Sean Strickland Imavov co-main Joshua Van and Alexander Pantoja and then featured fight would be like Hamzat and DDP. That'd be nice, dude. That'd be such a nice card, and then you because that's realistic here.
I don't think they're putting all that on one card. The UFC
I
likes to
don't know, man. Yeah,
spread
that's
those
true.
fights out.
When are they
Plus
gonna have
DDP broke
Valentina?
his hand. He broke his hand
Yeah,
too, so he's got to recover from that.
but I think that what gets DDP to the title is a rematch with Hamza over the 5 round victory over a quote unquote, as fans say, a washed Kamaru Usman. You
That's
know?
what they say, and unless Kamaru beat DDP, and then all of a sudden he's still in his
Yeah,
prime.
that's true. I mean, I don't know, man. I say Kamaru. Yeah, I think Kamaru needs to really think about retirement here. But
Now, I
moving
think
on to
DDP deserves it. Deserves a shot. I think wait for Sean Imavov. Hamzat should just move up and wait. I don't think he deserves a rematch. Um, I could see DDP versus Hamzat, but I think DDP should get the next shot at the title for
yeah,
Imavov.
yeah. I am. I say they bring Luke Rockhold back. Just throw him right in the mix immediately. 185. Someone get an easy knockout here. Um, Dude, I don't know why I just thought about that, but I just had to throw that in there. It just popped in my
Luke
head. Like,
Rockhold versus Kamaru, dude. Come on.
yeah, that's what we need. Or yeah, exactly, bro. But speaking of retirement, man, Do you think Herb's in his when Herb's taking a shower, he's thinking about retirement? You know, because he's getting booed like you have in the notes. Um, dude, I think we're in this weird world of social media, and like Alex is such a like. I don't, dude. This is the thing. If Alex would have done that to Cyril, this wouldn't be a thing at all. Um, Also, like Herb is a great ref. I just think refing is so hard.
Well, did you see they removed him from the Connor Max fight? He was
Did
supposed to ref
they?
that, and then they made
I did not see
Beltron
that.
ref
No,
it.
I didn't see that. Wow,
Yeah.
Mike Beltran. That's crazy over Herb Dean. That's insane, man. Yeah, man, I'm not really sure, man. Do you think that like what do you think here? Do you think that this is gonna like push Herb out of the whole refing?
The issue with that is like Herb's like one of the
Herb
like people
Herb
like
hasn't been
in
a
charge of
fighter.
like the refing, right? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Herb was a fighter. I saw his one fight. It was not good. Didn't he tap? Didn't he tap like to strikes or something like that?
I think so, dude. I don't
It
know.
wasn't even so.
All I know
Nah,
is wasn't
dude.
it like a yellow canvas?
Yeah, something like that. Um, yeah, I think Herb. They should. This might be like a Mario Yamasaki thing where he's just gonna get removed from the UFC quietly.
I just like I don't want to go on YouTube and like there be a 35-minute video of like all the Herb Dean bad calls you didn't see. You know what
I
I
want to know
mean?
where
Like,
Mark Smith is, dude.
yeah, where is he, dude? Oh my god. I say, dude, that's crazy. I like that little guy from New Jersey.
The gremlin looking guy.
Yeah, dude, he's so like big but little at the same time.
Oh yeah,
And he's
yeah.
always
He tore his Achilles. Mark Smith tore his
Oh
Achilles.
yeah,
Remember?
yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Do you remember when we thought Mike Beltran retired from refing, but he just retired from being a cop?
Yeah, it's
Oh my
crazy.
god, dude, he retired from being a cop to ref McGregor versus Holloway too. Um, but yeah, moving on, like kind of diverting our energy a little bit from UFC, we're gonna move a little bit to RAF here. Ben Askren ending his wrestling career at RAF. I didn't really watch it, but I watched some of the highlights. It looked like Bilal was like actually trying.
Yeah, it was crazy because he was up like 6-3. Ben Askren was up 6-3 against Bilal, and then Bilal came back and won it. Um, but yeah, I mean, obviously, like Ben Askren, everything he's been through. He said afterwards that his lungs hurt. Obviously, I mean, you got to get a double lung replacement. Of course, they're
Yeah,
gonna be hurting
right.
after you wrestle. But
Yeah,
yeah, dude, it's time for him to retire. Obviously, he retired from MMA. He got knocked out by Jake Paul. Um, like the crazy stuff he's been through. I think coaching and just being like an ambassador for combat sports is enough for him
and an
and
inspiration.
fulfilling. Yeah,
I
it was a
think
good
maybe they
retirement.
do. Yeah, yeah, and it's weird because it's like, you know, Ben Askren has like one of those careers where we just got him too late in the UFC. He was
Yeah,
really good. Like when we traded DJ for him, like we got him too late. But
yeah, that was crazy.
nevertheless,
And
yeah,
trade for
dude.
Demetrius Johnson.
Dude, and let's be real. DJ beats some flyweights. Like still. I mean, if
Yeah,
he
I think
like you know what I mean. Like that
Pantoja
still
was
is
calling him out still, dude. Come on.
it's just wild, bro. But but speaking of old motherfuckers in the UFC, we got Kobe Covington beating Armin at RAF. Yeah, man, it just shows that pure skill versus pure skill. Kobe is a really good wrestler, you know?
I don't know if it was that or the weight, because obviously Colby walks around a lot heavier than Armin, carries it more. Maybe Colby's just better at wrestling. I mean, heads up to or one up for the USA wrestling, beating some Russian wrestlers. Armenia, Russia, same thing. Um, but going past that, it set up Bilal versus Colby, and then did you see Colby front kick? I mean, Bilal front kick Colby.
I didn't
All
see
right.
it, but dude, that what was it? Was it like right after his fight?
Yeah, or yeah, they kind of brought in Bilal because that's the next thing for the title fight for the cruiserweight title for the RAF wrestling.
Bilal and
Um,
Kobe?
Yeah, and Colby was talking shit about Bilal, about his family and all that stuff. He's saying about how Bilal's
Yeah.
being get it gonna be a father, and it's crazy that Bilal found somebody to, fuck him because he's so ugly, stuff like that. So like obviously there's some bad blood there. Um, but yeah, I mean RAF I think is doing it right. I think setting up like they're setting up wrestling. I mean, it's obviously bringing wrestling to the mainstream, but they're setting up matches that people want to see. Like I think
And it's hype. It's not like boring wrestling.
you got Jordan Burroughs versus Sean Brady. Like the co-main event to that is the Bilal Colby fight or match, whatever you want to call it. Like you got like great in their prime UFC fighters actually like performing outside of the UFC in a less like high like lower stakes combat sport, I guess you could say.
Yeah, and it's awesome for like the UFC to allow them to do that because it's not like it's the UFC could just be like nothing else, you know? Also it's like where do you see the RAF going? Do you see the RAF partnering with the UFC at some point?
I don't know about that, but I mean they should at this point. Like the majority like of the big stars that they've
It'd be cool
brought
to see
in,
RAF partner with TKO Group.
you don't want to create a monopoly like that. I think RAF is its own thing. Um, like you wouldn't want to. You have UFC BJJ. You would not want to see them do the like partner with like Craig Jones, even though they kind of did. Like ADC DC. You don't want one person owning everything. So I think it's
Here's a
good to have
question.
competition.
Here's a question for you because I think this is actually a pretty important question here. Um, would you say RAF is kind of it's going mainstream, right? Um, and the UFC obviously has been mainstream, boxing's been mainstream forever, but it's like, dude, I feel like there's been work done for Brazilian jiu-jitsu, but it just does not pop off like at all.
It's just, yeah. I mean,
Do you
got one
think it's like the
championship trying to do it.
personalities?
Might be that, but like it's not really that. It's just like how it's presented. Like UFC BJJ isn't really taking off. I watched like the Craig Jones Invitational every now and again.
Yeah.
Throw on that stuff. Like the team aspect was good. It's just different because like BJJ is weird in the way that you don't always have like a winner per se. And like you just win based off of like submission attempts. It's not exciting to watch. I think that's the difference.
Well,
Wrestling can be like kind of boring to watch, but for the most part, you have a winner and you have like it's like a decent competition. You have takedowns and stuff like that. I don't want to see two people butt scooting towards each other
well,
for
that's what I
like
was gonna say.
one
Is
punch.
like, is do you see a world? Not saying that they should do this, but do you see a world where an entity like RAF could use their platform to make Brazilian Jiu Jitsu kind of a situation where wrestling is in now, where it is more exciting and it is more like you know what I'm trying to say? Like make it more of a market it to something more exciting, to cater to the fans and things like that. Because I just feel like I just feel like it's not exciting is not the right word to say, but it doesn't draw in the casual if that makes sense. Like I never see a UFC BJJ just on my Twitter feed, but RAF will always pop up. You know what I mean?
I think also the biggest thing is you have UFC BJJ owned by the UFC. RAF is its own entity. You have MMA fighters from the UFC participating in RAF. They're not allowed to do like DC. They can't do the Craig Jones Invitational. And like listening to like DJ, his podcast and him talk about BJJ, there's not a lot of money in it, and the majority of them get into MMA and go to bigger promotions to make
That's
more money
true.
because like
You
you're
have a
making like
point.
a couple $100 in a BJJ competition versus
You could
a
slip a
couple
few
thousand
punches and
dollars.
choke someone out. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
that's
no,
the
I
biggest issue is the money. It's like the
yeah, no, I totally
WNBA.
understand.
They're the
Yeah. Well, hey,
WNBA. MMA's like our UFC's like the NBA, BJJ competitions are the WNBA, and then you got like the Euro League is RAF.
Well, and I don't mean listen, I don't mean to be that guy. Um, but I want your opinion on this because I know we're hardcore fans. We love fighting. We love the UFC. I'll watch every UFC every week, no matter what. But I think the UFC is becoming a little bit like the NBA, where like next week, for instance. I know we talked about this earlier. Like next week, for instance, there's 82 games in NBA season. I could give less of a shit about 40 of them. You know what I mean? And I feel like sometimes more recently than ever, the UFC has been feeling like that, where it's like I love watching the fights, but like my excitementness for like this week's card isn't as high as it would be if I would say like I would love like half the amount of cards or like a third or like like maybe cut like 20% out, you know, and do like more 1 week off things because I just feel like they're giving us like I love fighting, but I feel like the quality of the fights that they're giving us is not as high. And I feel like that's because they've made it kind of like the NBA where it's, you know, every single week there, and there's so much many people on the roster. What's your opinion? Agree, disagree?
Yeah, I mean, you do reach that oversaturation, especially whenever you do partner with like Paramount and they're like wanting the 42, the 43 events per year. So like you literally have 10 weeks without the UFC. Um, the NFL does great, obviously, because they're only around for 16 weeks of the year. I think besides the playoffs and Super Bowl, but I think like it does get oversaturated at a point, and like you said, like I think they put on the fights for like the hardcore key like fans, not really catering towards the casuals. Like looking at the next week card, like Wellington Turman, like I mean, who knows him, right? Like,
I would say I'm excited to watch the fights. I'm not excited for who's fighting.
yeah, that's the thing too. Like you said, you're not gonna watch like the Utah Jazz versus like Magic
Yeah.
mid-season,
There's
but
so many
like
NBA games I can skip through.
yeah, but you might throw it on just or watch the highlights of it, you know.
Yeah.
Um, But yeah, I think it's just oversaturation due to them being bought by Paramount and
Just
having to
having
put on so many
unlimited money,
events.
bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. But yeah, moving on to our last topic here. We have a confirmation of Conor's ACL and MCL being torn. It's the same injury as the first fight with Max, just the other leg. Wow. Um, dude, I was talking to somebody today, and we were talking about Conor, and I think I'm trying my hardest with Conor to just be on the ground and like in reality and not think of him as like someone who didn't do coke and who wasn't on steroids and stuff like that. Like he is a shell of the man he used to be. And this point from learning he tore his ACL and MCL or whatnot to full recovery is going to be a dark and long road, and that is where he's going to have to challenge himself. I think Dominic Cruz, just echoing what he said, and I think he made it perfectly. I think he needs the fighting. You know what I mean?
No. What's crazy though is he literally said Conor McGregor literally said if he would have won the Max Holloway fight, it could have put him back into that spiral. He would have went out and partied. Could have put him back in that spiral. And, it's all thanks to God that he got injured because now he has to come back. He's gonna
Yeah,
stay
I mean,
away from the
hey,
drugs. He's not putting any substances in his body except for those peptides to help his leg,
right,
grow stronger. And he's gonna be back
right.
in like 2 months, man.
And I don't, and that's the thing is like, and I'm
Two
not
months
sitting
recovery.
here.
That's all he needs.
Yeah, right. All he needs. He's on the Aaron Rodgers thing. You know what I mean? Um, but I think Bisbing always highlights this because I don't think Bisbing's a super religious guy. But you always he says this all the time. Like, and I think he said this about the Connor thing. Like, yeah, it's really easy to say this was God's plan. You know what I mean? Like if he would have won, what would have he been saying? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not partying tonight. I'm going to church tomorrow. Like, you know what I mean? What could he have said? I don't know. I just feel like what he says on the internet is not how he actually feels. Obviously, the dude's rolling in dough, but dude, you could see on his face, man, the dude does not He's not taking. I mean, I don't think he's personally taking it well in here,
He's not the
But
same Connor.
no, dude, you could see that in his eyes. As much as he wants to tell us that that's not true, it's true. I'm sorry, dude. I was watching the side by side comparison, like his walkouts, and dude, the eyes never lie, Chico. You know, they never do, man. But it's just wow. Do you think Connor fights again
Yeah, in April.
in April?
Yep. Michael Chandler. Double retirement fight.
I don't know, man. I
And
don't
then he
think they. I
fights
don't.
for an MVP card against Nate Diaz. And then he does a bare knuckle fight against what's his name? Mike Perry. That happened.
That's the rest of Connor's career. Mike
Yep.
Perry. Oh my God. Imagine ending that on that. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy, man. It's just wild what the UFC's come to now. We're in a wholly different era. There's only like, when you really think about it, in all the divisions, there's really only one OG left, man. Justin Gaethje's reigning up top for the OGs. Max is up there, but he doesn't have a belt. Um, hey, what do you think
Volk.
they're gonna do with Charles? Yeah, Volk too.
I don't know what you do with Charles, honestly. Maybe rematch versus Max. Maybe
I
Max does
think
that.
I think now tell me your opinion on this. This is my landscape here. I think what they should do is Justin Gaethje versus Armand, and then they should versus Armand, and then they should do Patty versus Charles.
No, I think they do Charles versus Armin. Give him that rematch. And then Gaethje versus Patty. It's gonna sell more
What
tickets.
about
It's gonna be the
Max?
bigger.
Where do we put Max in this?
Max can fight like Dan Hooker or something, dude.
Max can
Max
fight Volk.
Max Holloway. Max Holloway. Who would not want to see Max Holloway versus King Green? Come on. Are you kidding
Dude,
me?
Max Holloway slimed out in round one.
Honestly, maybe.
That's so crazy. Well, we're gonna get out of here on that. If anybody wants to predict, if anybody wants to envision King Green getting knocked out or King Green knocking out Max, here you go. But we're gonna get out of here, guys. We will talk to you soon. We're gonna do some predictions later on the week. It's gonna be a long week of research because Jesus Christ, some of the names on this card, holy. But yeah, we'll be back, guys. We glad we'll see you. We'll see you soon. Ken, get us out of here.
Yeah, we'll catch you.
Yeah, dude.